permission of the chairman to leave this
because
committee
the
hearing.
interjection was so long. That's the reason why. Okay, thank you so much, Congresswoman Jinky Luistro. You can proceed.
Mr. Chair, that was not
Co-chair.
actually interjection. It was actually Commissioner
Mr. Chair,
Congressman Luistro
Mr. Chair.
has already
this one is very
Yes.
short, really. This one is very short, just to wind up.
Okay, Congresswoman Jinky Luistro, you are recognized.
About the manipulation of the yellow lane, the green lane, and the red lane. Yung sinasabi po ni Mark Taguba, gusto makabawas, gusto makatipid. That is in as far as the revenue generation perspective of the government is concerned. But I wish to invite the attention of the committee to a bigger perspective. Ang pinag-uusapan po natin dito is not only misdeclaration, but even non-declaration. Paano kung may magpasok ng bomba? Paano kung may magpasok ng mga firearms and ammunitions without the necessary declaration? And what if the consignee, the end user of this importation, are terrorist group? I hope we appreciate the possibility na baka hindi lang po income ng gobyerno ang nawawala. Baka hindi lamang po batas ang nava-violate. Mr. Chair, I lament that with that existing system as alleged by our resource persons, we are compromising already even the national security of our country. That is a manifestation, Mr.
Yes,
Chair.
thank you so much. And with that as well, kasi medyo meron lang ako itatanong sa mga naging commissioner ng BOC. Kasi pag may mga nakakalusot sa atin, katulad ng binabanggit ni Mark Taguba, ay nag-i-issue tayo ng di ba? Minsan hinahabol natin yan, di ba? Nag-i-issue tayo ng parang letter of authority para doon po sa mga illegal goods na nire-raid natin sa mga warehouses. Is this a correct assumption? Kay Mr. La Peña and Mr. Paldon, you can answer both.
Yes, sir. The commissioner is granted by the new law, Customs Modernization and Tariff Act of 2016, to issue search warrant as far as imported commodities are concerned. So
Yes.
the customs can issue search warrants and confiscate smuggled commodities.
Yeah,
Your Honor.
okay. So, may mga ini-issue tayong letter of authority. Tapos, kapag nakita natin na yun nasa mga warehouses na yon are illegal goods, nag-i-issue tayo ng warrant to seize and to destroy. Ganun ba ginagawa ng Bureau?
You can confiscate the commodity outrightly, Your Honor. And depending on the type of commodity, let's say in my time, sir, if I may, the importation of fake cigarette seals that were actually used for local manufacturers in their cigarettes is one of the powers of the customs to seize and confiscate commodities.
So-
Those are just ones of the...
So, yung mga confiscated na mga goods, yung mga illegal goods na nako-confiscate because of the warrant that are being issued by the BOC, how can we be sure of na hindi yung po bumabalik sa market, na lahat ng mga goods na nako-confiscate ay napapapunta po doon muli sa BOC, or ito po ay talagang dinidestroy? What are the parameters being undertaken by the Bureau para yung kinonduct po nating raid through the letter of authority on raiding that warehouse where the illegal goods are being kept? Anong assurance ng taong bayan na hindi po ito bumabalik doon sa black market, kumbaga, sa mga suki buyer na pinalusot? Kasi usually, di ba, katulad nung sinasabi natin sa mga illegal drugs na yan, di ba, minsan hindi naman talaga sinusunog lahat yung hindi naman dinidestroy lahat, di ba? So what are the parameters?
The disposal of some commodities, the authority to dispose it or how to proceed after the confiscation is no longer under the authority of the commissioner. It goes to the secretary level, and
Secretary of
Finance. That's where the BOC is under. So for like perishable items, talagang let's say sibuyas, nabulok na yan doon sa pier, pinoprocess pa yung disposal niyan. So, there's specific parameters on how these commodities are being disposed of. But for the recyclable, let's say for the cigarette, hindi mo yan basta-basta lang itapon kasi yung shelf life time niyan is mahaba. So, even the highest government, meron siyang power to address how these confiscated commodities are to be disposed of.
Mr.
So,
Chair,
hindi lang talaga commissioner lang, Your Honor.
So, dito sa mga raids that are being or were being conducted noon before, meron na bang naging successful yung mga kinasuhan natin? Kasi in the first place, dapat, di ba, kung nag-grade tayo, tapos na-confiscate natin yung mga illegal goods sa isang warehouse. So, dahil nga, nandun siya sa warehouse, illegal goods siya, meron na bang nakasuhan sa BOC? Because nakalusot eh. Lumabas eh. Nakarating sa warehouse eh. And we have numerous, marami tayong mga raids that were conducted that was issued by the commissioner ng letter of authority para mag-search ng mga illegal commodities. So, nakita natin, napatunayan natin na maraming mga illegal goods. So, meron bang kinasuhan sa BOC because of that? Sige, sir.
Your Honors, during my time, the biggest, let's say, success the BOC has achieved was the payment of 33 billion pesos to the Philippine government as a result of our raid.
Commissioner, yung tinatanong ko po, kung merong kinasuhan sa BOC, kasi nakalusot eh. Halimbawa,
Yes, sir.
kotse,
Yes, sir.
nakalusot. May kinasuhan po ba?
Yes, sir. Yung Mighty Cigarette, we raided that, we filed a case, and they settled to pay the government 33 billion pesos. That's the biggest during my time.
Aside from that, kasi siguro we need to find out, no? During your time, during ng mga BOC natin, na commissioner, Mr. Chairman, siguro alamin po natin kung ilan po yung inisyo nilang letter of authority or yung mga kinonduct nilang mga search at mga raids. Tapos makita natin, ilang successful raids po doon, ang nagkaroon ng doon sa mga empleyado natin sa BOC na nanagot dahil doon po sa mga naging successful na raids. So I think it's high time that we audit the letter of authority that was being issued by the commissioners. Kasi makikita po natin yung mga issuance nila ng letter of authority doon sa mga raid na kinonduct nila. At kung successful ito, ilan ang nanagot sa BOC ng mga empleyado. So, Mr. Chairman, I think in the next hearing, we will be asking the present, yung BOC, sino ba BOC natin ngayon? Sino nga ba? Si Rubio. To submit to us yung mga letter of authorities that was issued by the different administration. And at the same time, makita din po natin yung warrant nung cease and destroy, yung WSD na sinasabi. Kasi nga po, kasi dito rin po tayo nalulusutan eh, yung mag-i-issue sila ng warrant to cease and destroy. Pero ang dinedestroy nila, tama, si Nick Paldon na depende. Kung perishable, maaaring bulok na. Pero yung mga hindi, yung mga dinedestroy ba nila, talagang 100% dinedestroy nila? Yun ang gusto natin malaman. Kung naglilinis na rin lang tayo sa gobyerno, linisin na po natin lahat. So, yun lamang po, Mr. Chair.
Mr. Chair.
Balik na po natin kay Chairman
Thank
Ace.
you, Congressman Fernandez. Yes, Congressman Abante.
I just would like to continue on asking the question on the TARA, no? Sapagkat, Luca, we have been talking about the TARA system nung pang isa eh. Pero hanggat pinag-uusapan natin yan, at hindi natin talaga natutukoy yan para hihinto yan, wala rin kwenta ito pinag-uusapan natin. So gusto kong kausapin, yung pagkatapos ng Commissioner Peldon, si Commissioner La Peña, di ba? So Commissioner La Peña, nung panahon mo, meron pa rin TARA system.
Thank you, Your Honor. Mr. Chairman. Yes, there was. In fact, before I assumed as the Commissioner of Customs,
Pakitapit po yung microphone.
before I assumed as the Commissioner of the Bureau of Customs, I heard the privilege speech of Senator Ping Lacson. And the TARA system was mentioned by him, which is existing in the Bureau of Customs.
Sino po ito? Sino po?
Senator Lacson, Your Honor.
Now, I'd like to know, Commissioner La Peña and Commissioner Baildon, that the TARA system, if it continues, it is a big loss to the revenues of this government. Am I right?
That's right, Your Honor. In
So,
fact,
what happened in your own turf?
yeah, in my time, What I did was, of course, that's one basis ng aking action, plan of action in the Bureau of Customs. But among others, I met the Association of Importers and talked to them kung ano ba yung mga problema nila. And that is one of those mentioned. But among those, aside from that, the other problem is the slow facilitation or the slow processing of the papers. In fact, it's because of the slow processing of the papers that the importer go to those people who processes this their documents, and their goods or when it is delayed, there is a penalty, which is called that yung dimurahe, which is 10,000 per day. Ang dimurahe niyan, Your Honor, Mr. Chairman. That's why yung mga importers talagang bumibigay, even without asking. The TARA system actually is a facilitation fee, na kung nagbigay ka, aalalayan yung iyong goods. That's why what I did as a solution is after talking with all concerned, number one is I acted on the AMO, Accreditation Management Office, because that is the first place where corruption happens.
Pero Commissioner Peña, nung panahon ninyo, andun pa rin yung classification ng red lane, ng green lane, andun pa rin.
There was, Your Honor.
But you did not do anything to remove it, did you?
Well, actually, Your Honor, it's necessary. The green lane has to be resorted to, because kung hindi mo isi-segregate yung mga cleared na, mahaba yung pila ng mga container van na yan, container truck. Magkakaroon ng ng traffic in the process. That's why.
So what's the difference between the red lane and the green lane?
The green lane is cleared already, Your Honor. The red lane, these are the one that is subjected to a more strict scrutiny, passing through the X-ray.
Tama po yung sinabi ni Mark Taguba na pag nasa green lane ka, hindi na binubuksan yung container, hindi na masyadong ina-examine yan. Yan ay talagang diretso na, ganun po ba?
That's right, Your Honor.
Therefore, talagang hindi mawawala ang korupsyon, Commissioner La Peña, because of that. Am I right?
Yeah, yes, Honor. But there are ways how to address that situation. And as I have said, we have to talk with the personnel, customs personnel, to move faster, to act faster on the papers of the importers. And I have a study, a plan. Actually, I have started already the automation of customs. And if we automate, that will reduce the processing of papers, Your Honor, and that will address the corruption actually that has been prevailing in the Bureau of Customs, and there will be less human factor or human intervention. I saw those automated customs in the Kota Kinabalu customs facilities. You cannot see brokers in that area, but the container vans passes through na walang intervention, but they are subjected to X-rays. So it is you can collect more revenues. Siguro yung if you will go automated, the cost of automation is baka isang taon lang yan, iba mababawi na yung X-ray machine na yan o yung automation, I mean. So I last hearing, Your Honor, when I was here, I mentioned about the automation in the Bureau of Customs because I feel very strongly that will be the solution dito sa problema sa Bureau of Customs.
The Commissioner, both of you know, the digitalization of the agency like the Bureau of Customs was started during the time of President Ramos. I'd like to find out from you, what happened to the digitalization of the agency? Because, as you have said, that is one way to curb corruption, to digitalize the Bureau of Customs. We were talking with the Bureau of Internal Revenue chairman today, and he told me that that is one way to curb corruption. Digitalize mo ang agency ng ating pamahalaan. So, ano po ang ginawa ninyo? Uunahin ko sa Commissioner Peldon. What have you done as far as digitalizing the Bureau of Customs?
During my time, sir, there is, in fact, in the previous administration, there was an allocation of 400 million pesos to computerize customs. But it was subject to court litigation. So, it was never implemented during my time because the 400...
Commissioner, because there are some people there in customs who are actually against it. So they can continue the corruption. Am I right?
It can be assumed that way, sir.
Not only assume that way, Commissioner Peldon. It is true. Di ba? That's the reason why merong court case dyan, napatagal yung digitalization dyan. Hanggang ngayon, Commissioner La Peña, how many percent of the Bureau of Customs are actually digitalized?
Well,
During your time?
Yeah, in my time, Your Honor, the offices have computers, are computerized. But I am referring to the computerization of the importation process, Your Honor. And as I've said, we have started the planning of this computerization of the Bureau of Customs. Although, well, I was not able to finish it because I was transferred to TESDA. I became the Director General of TESDA. But just the same, that project was being piloted, operationally tested, Your Honor, but it did not push through anymore. I agree with you that maybe within the customs do not like the computerization, the automation. That's why it should come from the national government, from the, for example, from the custom, from the Congress, and let it happen. Let the automation be done, completed, and implemented in Bureau of Customs. 1 year only that can be yung cost ng automation will be mababawi na yon sa revenue ng mga
Mr. Chair, perhaps one of the bills that the Quadcom could be able to look into is the bill to actually digitalize agencies in government that are very much involved, especially in the issue of corruption, Mr. Chair. Pero itong si Mr. Taguba, ikaw ba ay dumating pa sa time ni Commissioner La Peña o kay Commissioner Peldon lamang?
Kay Commissioner Peldon lang po.
Okay. So, let me ask you, no, in the truest sense of the word. Now, you tell me, sapagkat Commissioner Peldon, you have admitted that you were not actually in control of everything. Ibig sabihin, yung pag-release ng mga containers is not up to you anymore. The director na lang, di ba?
The law specifically said that that's the role of the collectors in the 38 ports nationwide.
Therefore, hindi mo na alam yun.
The details of those packing lists, because in one port alone, there are, 2,500 containers coming daily. So talagang napakarami. That's why the new law delineate the role of the commissioner and the collectors nationwide. Because commissioner cannot go to that 38 ports and inspect those commodities.
What does the custom police do? Do you have enough policemen in the customs branch that are actually looking into it? Hindi ba sila ang dapat managot dyan?
I think just like the other government agencies, we lack manpower as far as the customs police is concerned. Of the 38 ports, I think the manpower to do that is not enough to really seal the borders as far as importation of contraband is concerned, Your Honor.
Chair, I'd like to make a request or a motion that we also invite the director of the Customs Police to shed light in this corruption, Mr. Chair.
Yes, okay. COMSEC, you are directed to send the invitation to the head of the Customs Police, in the next scheduled committee hearing.
CIS,
So before we
Mr.
proceed, let
Chairman,
me
yeah,
acknowledge first the presence
Sir.
of yes.
CIIS ba yan?
Customs Police is different from CIIS, correct?
Iba ba yung CIIS
magkaiba yan.
sa
Magkaiba.
Custom Police?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay.
So may we invite also sa CIIS then?
And the
Yeah.
head of the CIIS, COMSEC. So let me acknowledge first the presence of the following members who are present. Congresswoman Pami Zamora, Congressman Zia Adyong, Congressman Ernex Junicio, Congressman Ping Remulla, Congressman Salvador Plato, Congressman Rog Gutierrez, and Congressman Arrogancia.
Mr. Chair,
Congressman Akop?
pwede po bang mag-interject?
Yes, you may. Congressman Akop, please proceed.
Thank you. Do we have a representative of the Bureau of Customs today?
We invited the Bureau of Customs for today's committee hearing, right? And is there any representative from the BOC? Oh, there.
Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Can you please identify yourself from the BOC?
Good afternoon, Your Honors. I'm Attorney Tristan Langkay. I am the current Director of the Legal Service Bureau of Customs.
Okay, sige. Thank you, Attorney.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. May I proceed?
Please proceed.
Thank you. The two former customs director admitted that there's a TARA system. There was a TARA system during their tenure. Would that be correct? Sid, would that be correct during your term that there was a TARA system? Commissioner La Peña?
There was, Your Honor. In fact, well, what I did, with your permission, if may I explain a little bit. What I did was...
Commissioner Sid, I premise ko lang ito. Commissioner Feldon,
Yes, Your Honor.
you admitted also that there
Yes,
was
Your
a
Honor.
TARA system during your tenure.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Now, may I ask the representative of the Bureau of Customs, meron po bang TARA system ngayon?
Your Honor, I'm sorry, I have no experience or knowledge on that TARA system, Your Honor. Currently,
long-
I'm just with the Legal Service of the
How
Bureau
long
of Customs.
have you been in the Bureau of Customs?
I've been with the Bureau of Customs since 2009, Your Honor.
And you do not know of the existence of a TARA system within your department or your office?
As to the existence, Your Honor, I have no personal knowledge of that.
I'm not asking whether you have personal knowledge.
Yes, Your Honor, if not personal knowledge, I've heard about it during discussions like this forum, during investigations. Sa mga kwentuhan, Your Honor, narinig ko, pero wala akong experience on that, Your Honor.
Attorney,
Yes, sir.
hindi naman galing sa Bureau of Customs yung report sa amin, galing sa mga broker mismo. Yung nakikipag-deal sa customs na may TARA system. I do not know, you have been with customs since 2009 and you, in this committee, the two customs director already admitted that there was a TARA system during the terms. Tapos ngayon, ang tanong ko, meron pa ba sa Bureau of Customs? Sabi mo, attorney, you do not know. You do not have any personal knowledge. Did you take your oath?
No, he has not taken his oath yet, Your Honor, but we can administer the oath now. COMSEC, please.
I think it is necessary, Mr. Chair, so that if I find him lying, then I can move to cite him in contempt.
Okay. Please, COMSEC, administer the oath of Attorney Langkay from the Bureau of Customs.
Sir, please stand. Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth in this congressional inquiry, so God may help you? Yes, the oath has been administered, sir.
Thank you, COMSEC. Please proceed, Congressman Akop.
I do not know, attorney, if in the previous hearing, present po kayo.
I was not present, Your Honor.
It was Attorney Boca?
I think it's
Boca,
Attorney Dibuco, Your Honor, one of the chiefs who is under the Legal Service, Your Honor.
I agree. At halos parehas kayo ng sagot. You do not have personal knowledge. Yun din ang sagot nung representative ng Customs in the last hearing. But I would like to tell you, dalawa na yung naging commissioner ng customs. Sinabi po nila, inamin nila na may TARA system. Si Mr. Jimmy Guban, who had been with customs, inamin din niya na may TARA system. Si Mr. Taguba, na nakikipag-deal dun sa customs, inamin din niya na may TARA system. Kayo na lang po, na nandun sa customs currently, ang hindi po umaamin na merong TARA system. Ulitin ko yung sinabi ko nung last hearing. Pag nawala na yung Friday habit ng customs at 3 o'clock in the afternoon of Friday, maniniwala na po ako na walang TARA system. Now, may I ask, do you want to refute that, Attorney? Pati si Senator Lacson, in one of his privileged speeches, sinabi rin niya yan.
Your Honor, can I...
Do you want to refute my
No,
statement?
Your Honor, I just want to say something about it.
You ask the permission of the chairman. The rules.
Mr. Chair, can I make a
Please,
manifestation on that matter, Your Honor? Considering that a certain Mr. Taguba is saying that there is a TARA system and he has experienced it, Your Honor. As a lawyer, Your Honor, may I just suggest, Your Honor, that a proper complaint affidavit identifying the specific circumstances on which he actually paid TARA and identifying the, Your Honor, please, with due respect, the persons or individuals involved so that the proper appropriate administrative or criminal action can be undertaken, Your Honor. Please, that's just my idea, Your Honor. Thank you.
If I may, Congressman Akop, Attorney, yung pagtatanong tungkol doon ba sa TARA system, kung ito ba ay existing hanggang sa ngayon, ay nasa konteksto po nung paghingi ng information na patuloy pa ba itong mga ganitong mga gawain dyan sa loob ng customs. Of course, we're not saying that you are involved in that kind of illegal system. What we're saying is that you may probably have heard from the sources or grapevines or even perhaps some of your colleagues na merong ganitong nangyayari. Yun ang konteksto ng pagtatanong. Kasi dalawang former commissioner nagsabi meron. Diba? Yung broker na nagnenegosyo sa loob, sinasabi meron. Yung intelligence officer na taga-loob ng custom, sinasabi meron. Ikaw na taga-loob ka ng custom, sinasabi mo, hindi mo, wala. Diba? So, ano yun? Yung please, you probably have heard that there are stories about the TARA system inside. Kasi sa tagal mo dyan, imposible eh. Di ba, Attorney? Yes, please.
Your Honor, can I expound, Your Honor? Since I joined the Bureau, I've heard stories about the TARA system. And it seems that the TARA system was in place even before this container shipments was in place.
Yes.
Because shipments before was in open. There's no modal containers. It's not covered. So in open. So they make the TARA, they count. TARA is a counting system at the time, Your Honor. That they make.
Attorney,
that was the context, Your Honor, and then that I explained that I heard. Then eventually, Your Honor, during my stint in the Bureau of Customs, I also heard it during inquiries, just like what happened during the inquiry in this EMT case, Your Honor, please.
Hindi, ang sinasabi, you're lecturing us on the sinasabi mong TARA na yung the usual word, the real definition of TARA. But in this case, in the context of the questions raised by Congressman Akop, yung TARang pinag-uusapan natin dito ay yung lagay, ay yung grease money. Ang tanong, ulitin natin, tinatanong ni Congressman Akop, meron pa bang grease money o TARA dyan sa Bureau of Customs sa ngayon?
As of now, Your Honor, I have no information about a TARA system ongoing with the Bureau of Customs.
Mr. Chair,
Okay, see.
alam mo, nakakagalit to. I think you're lying to us. You know, you have been there for quite a time. If the commissioners know about that, why don't you know? You're a lawyer. My goodness, and you're even telling us, suggesting to us that Mr. Taguba file a complaint? My goodness, Mr. Chair, pasensya po kayo, pero talagang kinakailangan sabihin ko to eh.
So, thank you, Congressman Abante. Please proceed, Congressman Akop.
Before I proceed, Mr. Chair, I would just like to make a manifestation. Attorney, in the last hearing also, a representative of the Customs Police appeared here as a resource person in the name of Major Cascolan. Inamin din po niya na merong TARA system. I am surprised na kayong dalawa na nandun sa legal department, parehas kayo ng sagot. It is of record, Attorney. Now, may I proceed, Mr. Chair? I would like to ask the two commissioners. Inamin niyo po na merong TARA system at may, sa pagtatanong ni Honorable Abante, may mga nawawala para sa gobyerno. Tama po?
Yes, Your Honor.
Now, may I know, have you ever estimated the amount of money that government is losing because of this TARA system annually? Para makita natin anong epekto nito sa ating bansa. Have you ever conducted an investigation on the estimate of money lost by government annually?
Mr. Chair. Well, for easy computation, Your Honor, Mr. Chair, say the container ban is valued at
with your indulgence, my question is, have you ever conducted an investigation to estimate the amount of losses of government because of the TARA system? Have you ever done that?
During my time, I did, sir.
You did?
Yes, Your Honor.
How about you, Commissioner Sid?
Yes, Your Honor.
Now, what was the result of your investigation? May I know?
During my time, Your Honor, there's around 2,500 containers coming to the country every day. If the TARA system applies at that time, it's around 30,000. So annually, the government is losing around 27 billion, Your Honor.
B?
Yes, Your Honor. That's my estimate during my time.
27B per year.
Yes, Your Honor. Based on the 2,500 containers coming in daily during my time, Your Honor.
Sid?
Yes, Your Honor. Well, practically it's almost the same, Your Honor. If you compute losses of 200,000 per shipment at 10 per importer, and if you have 250,000 containers, so if the value of that 250,000 is
2,500 containers a day. Yun po ang statement ni
Yes, Your Honor.
Commissioner Faeldon, hindi 250,000.
Yeah, I agree with the computation of Commissioner Faeldon, Your Honor.
That would be the same amount.
Yes, Your Honor.
Now, may I ask the current Bureau of Customs, the representative, do you know of this? Siguro wala dahil you do not know whether there's a TARA system or not. Tama po ba, Attorney?
I don't have I don't have those numbers, Your Honor.
You could just imagine if the calculations of both the former commissioners would be true, 27 billion na nawawala sa atin annually. Thank you, Mr. Chair. Yun lang po ang gusto kong malaman.
Thank you, Congressman Akop. The next to interpolate is Congresswoman Franz Castro. You have 10 minutes.
Short lang, Mr. Chair. Ika-clarify ko lang mamaya sa EJK, may mga series of question ako dun sa ating mga resource person. So para hindi lang ako mawala doon sa opening po ni Representative Abante, dahil gusto rin natin, dahil in aid of legislation, magano tayo ng amendments tungkol dito sa sinasabing command responsibility, Mr. Chair. And parang mayroong time constraint yata si Attorney Nery Colmenares. So kanina po, Mr. Chair, Chairman Abante mentioned about some police officers defense that they only followed yung mga orders. So what does the law state with regards to this? At saka yung pwede bang maka-get away yung mga police po na sa crime claiming itong command responsibility? Ano po ba yung law na nagsasabi doon sa command responsibility? So gusto ko lang malaman, baka meron tayong pwedeng i-revise doon sa, sa batas.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Chair. Well, I heard the statement of Congressman Abante about some officers saying that we only followed orders doon sa EJK, no? And even other illegal orders na lalalaman ngayon. Well, the law, Republic Act 9851, if you wish to go into that, says that una muna, sa illegal orders, hindi mo pwedeng depensa sa korte na inutusan lang ako ng aking superior. Kasi may requirement ang batas. The first requirement of the law is that the police who claims na inutusan lang siya, may order sa kanya, he or she must have an obligation, legal obligation to follow the order. So kung colonel ka, o general ka, pwede mo bang sabihin, sunod ko lang si colonel eh? Hindi pwede. Kasi si general, wala siyang legal obligation na susundin ng utos ni colonel. That's the first element of order. Second, that the police officer claiming na sumunod lang siya sa order does not know that the order is unlawful or that the order itself dapat is not manifestly unlawful. So pag inutusan ka, patayin mo, defenseless person, sabihin mo lang nanlaban, klaro kaagad sa pulis na illegal yung order. Hindi pwedeng sabihin niya, hindi ko alam, illegal pala yun. Parang, di ba, it's really unheard of. Pag dinipensa niya sa korte, that defense will not prosper. So basically, yun muna ang doon sa claim na I just followed an order. Ngayon doon naman sa command responsibility, there is also a law that prohibits that. Ang batas, ang nakalagay sa batas, Mr. Chair, is this, that the superior is criminally responsible for the crimes committed by his or her subordinates where, one, the superior knew that crimes were being committed by his subordinates. Pwedeng sabihin ngayon ni General, hindi ko naman alam na nagko-commit ng crime pala ang aking subordinates. Pero ang batas placed a safeguard there. Ang sabi ng batas, or owing to the circumstances, you should have known that crimes were being committed by your subordinates. So, Mr. Chair, pag nangyayari ang EJK libo-libo mula apari hanggang hulo, at libo-libo rin nanlaban bigla, then that is already fulfilling the requirement of command responsibility. Even dito sa mga TARA system, if you were ordered by somebody, yung red lane yan dapat inspeksyonin yan Technically, by analogy, yan red lane yan dapat inspeksyonin yan. Inutusan ka ni sino man sa taas mo na hindi, ilagay mo sa green lane, may command responsibility ba si Commissioner? Yes. By analogy. Kasi, he should have known, owing to the circumstances, he should have known. But there is another component to command responsibility. Not only this circumstance na, alam mo o hindi mo alam, but also the law states that the superior failed to have the subordinates investigated by competent authorities. Medyo papasok din yan sa command responsibility. Hindi mo pinaimbestigahan. Ginawa na yung mga illegal na mga yan. Of course, if it's RA 1951, extrajudicial killings, but by analogy nga sabi ko, even yung mga utos na, yung tanong kanina ni Chairman Abante na hindi mo alam. Parang, di ba? Pwede masangkot dyan yung superior, Madam Chair, in that sense, kasi yun ang requirements ng batas. Either you took measures, necessary measures, yun ang term ng batas, to suppress or prevent the crimes being committed by your subordinates, or that you have competent authorities investigate the crimes committed, Mr. Chair.
So, Mr. Chair, so kahit na ano pong crime, no? Even doon sa, pinag-uusapan sa drugs, or dito sa lagayan system, it's the head of the agency na nag-utos or kung meron siyang order as regard to that. So, yun po ba yung sa command responsibility?
Yes, well, by analogy, yung sinabi ko kanina hindi ko alam ang circumstance dito sa TARA system, pero I'm very sure there are administrative requirements dun sa command responsibility. What I just discussed are the criminal responsibility. And maybe, if there is in aid of legislation, maybe the committee can also recommend legislation na i-broaden na ito to include even circumstances such as this. Kasi dapat i-plug mo yan kasi they may claim, oh, it's RA 9851, iba naman ito. But to be sure, dapat may ganun din. Pwede namang sundin by analogy, Mr. Chair. Yung RA 9851, na ikaw, gumamit na ng crime owing to the circumstances, you should have known. Pangalawa, at least nung nalaman mo na later on, dapat pinaimbestigahan mo sa competent authorities.
Yes.
So para
with your indulgence of Congressman Pasco, na lang, no?
Yes,
I'd like to make a motion that we invite Commissioner Rubio to attend this hearing because itong si attorney, wala siyang alam eh. Di ba, wala kang alam? Am I right, attorney?
Wala
kang
siyang alam sa TARA.
May I be clarified, Your Honor?
Yeah, you're clarifying na. Wala kang alam, di ba?
Your Honor,
Sa TARA system, wala kang alam, di ba?
I have no information on that, Your Honor.
Wala kang alam.
Kaya si Chairman...
Wala kang alam, di ba?
Oo, wala. Wala siyang alam.
Oh. Mr. Chair, para hindi ako maniwala na ikaw ang fall guy ng Bureau of Customs, we would like to see Commissioner Rubio attend this hearing.
Okay.
Panahon pa ni Commissioner Paldon, antiyan ka na eh, sa Customs, Mr. Chair. Panahon pa ni Commissioner Paldon, Commissioner La Peña, nandun ka na sa Customs. And you're telling me right now you have no information on that? My goodness, anong palagay mo sa amin dito? Ha?
Mr. Chair, can I answer?
Okay,
I've been with the Bureau of Customs with the legal service since 2009. Yes, I've been one of the lawyers of Commissioner La Peña and Commissioner Faldon, Your Honor. Always with the legal service. Your Honor, please. Thank you.
Okay, sige. Thank you.
Okay.
Comsec, please include in the
Mr.
list of persons to be invited, Commissioner Rubio of Bureau of Customs. Yes, Congressman Acop, with the indulgence
with the indulgence of the Honorable Castro. Attorney, para bang ang sinasabi mo, yung ibang opisina ng Customs may TARA system, o alam nila yung TARA system, pero yung legal office ng Customs, walang alam. Yun po ba ang ibig nyo sabihin? Tinatanong ko po kayo. Kasi yun ang parang message na pinadadala o sinasabi nyo sa amin. Palagi mong sinasabi, you are with the legal service of the Bureau of Customs. Para bang sinasabi mo, lahat, yung mga ibang opisina ng Bureau of Customs, alam nila, o may TARA system, yung opisina nyo lang ang wala. Would that be correct?
Your Honor, from the testimonies of...
What? Ang tanong ko po would that be correct, attorney?
Can I explain, Your Honor? Because from the testimonies of Commissioner Faldon and Commissioner La Peña, Your Honor, it involves the processing of
that is
importations,
not my question,
Your Honor.
Mr. Chairman. May I ask that the resource person appropriately answer my question? Is that the message you're trying to tell us? Na yung legal service office ng Bureau of Customs, wala pong kaalam-alam sa existing na TARA system sa Bureau of Customs?
For the record, Your Honor, I mean, from our records, Your Honor, we are trying administrative cases.
Hindi ko po tinatanong kung ano po yung trabaho niyo, attorney.
And, Your Honor, please.
Sandali lang. Nagsasalita pa ako. Malapit na kitang i-move to cite you in contempt. Bihira kong ginagawa yun, pero ikaw malapit ka na. Mr. Chair, may I request that the resource person be directed to answer my question with a yes or no?
Attorney, please answer the query of Congressman Acop.
Then my answer is yes, Your Honor.
It's yes na kayo po sa legal service ng Bureau of Customs, wala kayong alam at walang TARA system doon sa inyo.
Can I explain, Your Honor?
Sumagot ka na muna bago ka mag-explain. Di ba? Pag may question yes. Tinuruan ka rin siguro sa law, nasagutin mo muna ng yes, and then you explain.
Okay, my answer is yes, Your Honor, because in the current cases that we handle, particularly on administrative cases, Your Honor, we don't have a case wherein a individual personnel of the BOC is charged with a TARA system or receiving TARA system. Even the criminal cases that we handle with the DOJ and criminal in the court, Your Honor, as far as the records or my knowledge is concerned, Your Honor, we don't have a case on that, Your Honor. So that's why I have suggested earlier on, Your Honor, about the circumstances that Mr. Taguba mentioned, Your Honor. Sorry, Your Honor, that's...
Mr. Chair, I do not want to take more of the time of the Honorable Castro. I'll stop here.
Okay.
Thank you, Mr.
Thank you, Congressman Acop. Let me just get 30 seconds of your time, if I may. Just a follow-up question. Kasi ang legal department that Attorney Langkay heads, apparently, according to him, has no knowledge about the TARA system. Tanungin kaya natin yung nagbibigay ng TARA. Mark Taguba, inamin mo naman na ang kasalanan mo ay yung nagbibigay ka ng TARA, di ba?
Yes po, Your Honor.
Okay, kasama ba ang legal department sa TARA?
Wala po, Your Honor.
Okay, so thank you. Now you may proceed, Congresswoman Castro.
Okay, so related po sa command responsibility, no. Kanina, Mr. Chair, inamin naman ng former commissioners natin dito, no, si former Commissioner Faeldon and La Peña about the TARA at alam nila 'yon. So gaano po ba ito kalawak itong sinasabing lagayan system dito sa BOC? Sabihin ko ng lagayan system para para po mas malinaw sa mga nakikinig sa atin. Kasi magkaiba may dalawang definition kasi ang TARA, no? So, Commissioner, gaano kalawak ang TARA system dito sa BOC? Kasi inamin nyo, meron nung panahon ninyo. So, hanggang saan ba yan? Umaabot ba yan hanggang sa inyo? Yung mga lagayan system na yan. So, ganun din po yung tanong ko kay former Commissioner La Peña.
Yung last question, ma'am, hindi po umabot sa akin. Pero gaano kalawak, I believe malawak po. Kasi ito yung, bigla ko lang ng premise, ma'am, para makita nyo how big the TARA system is at gaano siya ka-prevalent. For my first 6 months, I asked the 12,000 importers and brokers to submit to us list of BOC officials that received TARA. I think until today, wala pang nagsasubmit. So it's a tango. Sayaw to ng dalawa. That's why nakakatakot, mami, kasi walang willing na magreklamong importer and broker. So that's why this TARA system continues to exist.
Sige, putulin ko po kayo doon, Siyempre po, walang magsasabi ng gano'n dahil magkakadama yan yung nagbibigay ng TARA at tumatanggap ng lagay. So, pero kayo po as responsible, most responsible po sa BOC, na kayo yung chair, o commissioner, chief commissioner, kayo yung meron dapat na initiative na dapat na mag-imbestiga. Kasi hindi pwedeng sabihin na kahit na alam niyo yan, tapos yung broker, sila mismo ang tatanungin ninyo. Di ba? Dapat, dahil meron din naman kayo sigurong alam sa intelligence, dapat kayo po yung nag-iimbestiga. So hindi niyo po pwedeng ipaiubaya doon sa mga broker or doon sa mga nagbibigay ng TARA. Tama po ba ako? Kayo yung command responsibility doon Kayo may command doon sa BOC.
Yes, ma'am. Tama po. Nag-imbestiga ako during my time. That's why I delisted more than 4,000 importers and brokers. But prosecuting them is another thing, ma'am, because without witnesses and evidence directly showing that nagbibigay sila, ang hirap mag-prosecute, ma'am. But in my term, the best I could have done is to delist them, yung more than 4,000. Ang hirap kasi kung walang mag-aamin na importer and broker na ito si Commissioner Faeldon, binigyan ko ng 5,000 na TARA. So yun yung panawagan ko since day one, and I still calling all the importers and brokers until today na please come forward, help the country. Isumbong nila yung kasayawan nila, katango nila sa loob ng customs. Because talagang we are losing so much money every day.
Yes, mukhang kulang po, Mr. Chair, yung ginawa po ni Chairman Faeldon doon sa meron kayong 4,000 na importers, meron kayong dinilist. Di ba katulad ng ginagawa ng PNP or PIDEA, nagkakaroon ng, ano ba yun? Parang siniset up o nagkakaroon ng within. Sa inyo po, paano ba mag-imbestiga kung talagang merong naglalagay or tumatanggap? So, doon sa 4,000 na dinilista nyo at doon din sa mga empleyado ng BOC, wala po kayong na-apprehend. At tingin ko kulang ang ginawa ninyo ang Commissioner, no, doon sa effort ninyo. Kasi this is graft and corruption eh. Pinanatili natin ang graft and corruption by not doing something. O kung meron man kayong ginagawang something, kulang, Mr. Chair. Si Commissioner La Peña.
Thank you, Your Honor, Mr. Chair. Well, when I was the commissioner, as I've said earlier, I have talked with the importers, and that's one of the input, the feedback that was given me. And then I asked them also, can you help me address this problem? But nobody came forward. So what I did was to reshuffle yung mga tao sa mga opisina. And then I told the collectors that if you do not hit your target, you will be replaced. At which I did just that. And then at the end of the year, I did not have, I just have about 1 year. I have a surplus collection of 18 billion pesos. So it worked. But what I'm recommending
Meron
is
po kayong, Mr. Chair, may nahuli kayo na naglalagay at saka tumatanggap ng lagay?
None, Your Honor. Because
Kahit po ba,
nobody wants to...
Mr. Chair, ito kulang din, Mr. Chair. No, alam nila yung existing na problem. Graft and corruption yun eh, yung lagay system eh. Alam, pero yung effort po nung ating nasa mataas na pwesto po ng BOC ay hindi yun, hindi yun nagawa na masupil. So katulad pala, naalala ko na, yung ginagawa ng PIDEA, PNP, kung talagang gusto nilang mahuli po talaga, diba? Katulad ng parang buy-bust operation. Sana may ginawa kayo sa loob ninyo, sa BOC, kung gusto niyo talagang ma-solve itong TARA system na ito. Kasi alam niyo naman na meron eh. Ayan, nagsasabi na nga yung broker, tsaka yung legal lang hindi alam, kayo alam nyo. So dapat meron kayong extra effort po kasi kayo, militar kayo eh. Dati kayo sa intelligence eh. Mas may alam kayo kung paano hulihin yung mga gumagawa ng hindi maganda sa gobyerno. Di po ba? So, kulang po yung naging effort. Tama po ba, Chairman La Peña, Mr. Chair?
Actually, Madam Chair, and Your Honor, I did that. And then when we were just about to implement, nag-back out yung subject na magtutulong sana sa atin. At the last moment, nag-back out eh. And then I confronted her. Sabi niya, sir, baka yung aking negosyo makompromiso eh. So I understood her. I cannot force her to continue with the project. So that's how it is with the other importers, with the other businessmen, Your Honor. I did it.
So, Mr. Chair, hindi lang ito applicable sa droga, no? Sa iba pang mga, even ngayon, di ba, sa Quinta Committee, iniimbestigahan din natin bakit tumataas ang presyo. So, mahalagang makita rin talaga natin dito yung mahalagang papel ng BOC, no, dito sa pag-apprehend sa mga, katulad ng mga nagbibigay ng TARA or tumatanggap ng TARA. Kasi talagang, kahit na sino tanungin nyo, alam naman yan eh, na may nangyayaring lagayan sa BOC. Kaya lang hindi yan mapigil at hindi yan masawata. Kasi kahit na kayo po nasa BOC, na quote-unquote, parang natotolerate natin na wala tayong ginagawang extra effort para matigil ito. Siguro pagdating ni Commissioner Rubio, tanungin din natin ano yung nangyayari ngayon. So, yun po. Mr. Chair, yan na po yung last na question.
Okay, thank you, Congresswoman Franz Castro.